Hello and welcome everyone to my channel. After a long time, we are back with another podcast. This time with Ahmed Arslan. He is currently working in Oman. I'm not giving a lot of introduction, but just handing over to you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Ahmed Arslan. I'm a qualified chartered accountant with approximately 6 years of working experience. And currently, I'm working in KPMG Lower Gulf Oman office. Before that, I was working in KPMG Lahore for around 4.5 years, and it's been more than 1 year since I'm working here in KPMG Oman. So, throughout these years of approximately 6 years of experience, all these years I've been in taxation, BPO, to be very precise, corporate tax, income tax, and international tax.
All right, thank you so much, Arslan. Now, I think let's talk about Oman as a country and jobs in Oman. Uh, People try to go to Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So
Exactly.
generally, Oman is not one of the desired territory, I guess, for
Correct.
people. So what's
Correct.
the reason to go to Oman?
Okay, so to be very honest, I came here as a part of secondment exercise, secondment project which KPMG Lahore got from KPMG Oman. So what happened is that before COVID, they have a full-fledged tax team here in Oman, and post during COVID, they made a lot of layoffs in 2020 and 2021. So right after post COVID, when they start recovering here, the market start recovering. So there was a need of, because at that point of time it was not possible for the KPMG to hire the employees at a very short notice. So what happened is that they, as a part of their program with KPMG Lahore, as a part of MOU. So they've asked for a secondment of physical employees from KPMG Lahore to KPMG Oman. So fortunately, and at that time they requested for a at a level of senior associate. So I was working as a senior associate with KPMG Lahore at that time, and along with me, two other guys, they were seconded to KPMG Oman for 4 weeks. And here I came, and I got a relationship with the I built a relationship with the team here, and post my articles they offered me to come to KPM Juman. So I was looking for a hiring and a job at KPMG Lower Gulf, particularly in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, because as you mentioned that they are big markets as compared to Oman is not a very much attractive market due to slow economy, low pay grades, then slow growth, obviously. So right after, at the time when I applied for this job at KPMG Lower Gulf, so basically there were two jobs available on their portal when I was exploring jobs in outside Pakistan. So one was in Dubai office and one was in Muscat office. So I applied for a job at KPMG Dubai office, and I gave the interview there, but their hiring process was too slow. So if I can exactly recall, I gave the interview back in September 2023, I guess. So, and when I reach out to HR after 2 months, that what's the update on my job? So they said that still we are interviewing the other candidates, and we might expect that this process might go maybe after March or April. So, but I was in dire need of a job because I had some personal circumstances. My father died, and there are some financial responsibilities on me. So suddenly I got a call from KPMG Oman, and that's it. So that's the rest of the history. So I gave interview, and within 2 months I was here in the office.
Yeah, no, definitely,
So
definitely.
actually, so I just want to clarify that this is also not my dream job to work here, but this is how the things work out.
No, definitely. I mean, relationships do matter, right? You got a relationship with
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
team, and that's what help you, and that really helps all around the journey in the future as well.
Correct,
And let's talk about
correct.
Oman now. Oman definitely, despite not being idle country, does offer decent money and the cost of living. So let's focus on that part. What what is generally earning for somebody who's a senior associate or assistant manager, and then how much they can save really in Oman?
Okay, so if you bifurcate Oman, so Oman is basically bifurcated into, I would say, two categories. So in Oman, there are two types of, obviously, likewise, other GCC countries, there is a much bigger pay difference between what you are getting in Big Four or what you are getting in second tier or third tier firms. So, for example, if you are, likewise, you mentioned that if you are a senior associate and you join Big Four here in Oman, So you will be getting around 1200 to 1250 Omani Riyal as a starting salary if you are if you are starting as a senior associate. So you will be getting around if you convert it into PKR or dirhams. For reference, we can convert it to dirhams. So if you can convert it 200 Omani Riyal into dirhams, so it would be around 11,500 dirhams, or in Saudi Riyal it would be 12,000 Saudi Riyal. Uh, but if you see in the other second or third tier firm, so if you got a job in second tier firm or a not an MNC in if you talk about industry, so there you will be getting around 900, 800 Omani Riyals. Likewise, you mentioned for the cost of living. So the cost of living for a bachelor here who is living in a shared apartment or with the shared accommodation. So inclusive of all rent is I would say that it's really affordable in comparison with other GCC countries. So in less than 100 Omani Riyal, you can get a even a furnished apartment here in furnished room here in Oman, and around 150 or 200 Riyal you can get a full apartment of 2 or 3 bedrooms and a hall in Oman. Likewise, if you talk about the grocery or the traveling cost here and the other cost here, so if I sum up, so one can easily manage in 200 to 250 Omani Riyals if he's living in a shared accommodation with a separate room with good food, good travel, etc. So if you
That
are, for
cheaper.
example, earning 1,200 or 1,000, so over and above is your saving.
Looks like fairly cheaper compared to other locations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that is one part of the equation, right? People do go to Oman or maybe to Kuwait or other countries like that where there's a good
Correct,
money and less
correct,
cost of living compared to Dubai, for example. That's
correct,
what you are saying. So yes, ideally may not be location you want to consider from perspective of location, but from a money perspective, definitely one of the ideal location
correct.
there to earn and to save with the family. Well, thanks for that. Just in terms of in terms of thinking about the audit firm specifically, sort of hiring process. I know you mentioned it's a portal thing, but generally, if somebody new is looking for guidance as in terms of how to approach a job in Kuwait, how to approach a job in Oman, what would you recommend?
So I would say that Oman is, in comparison with Saudi and UAE, or Qatar, it's a small market, and the hiring processes. I would say that that the hiring is not much. Yeah, I would say that they don't hire much people here. So if I tell you the number of persons which are working in our audit department, so it might be around 100 or between 50 to 100 people are working in audit department. Likewise, so if I bifurcate the market between the firms here, so the biggest player in this audit market is KPMG Oman. And post that, if you see the in the ranking, EY, it is followed by EY and then Deloitte and then PwC. So hiring processes, you are right that being a small market, being not a very growing market, hiring process is slow. And obviously the hiring, so with the introduction of KPMG ARC, which is a back office in Pakistan. So currently KPMG is not hiring from KPMG to KPMG, especially if I talk about Pakistan or India. So they are not hiring from KPMG to KPMG. So now their focus is they are basically they are looking more in sort of diversification, like hiring from other big four firms or hiring from other countries than Pakistan and India. So if I recall the number of hirings which recently done, so I would say that 90% of the hirings are done from maybe from Egypt, from other countries than Pakistan and India.
Probably
And the
depends.
process is obviously followed by applying on the portal, and the rest is the usual process. Like they follow, you give the HR interview, then the director interview, then partner, and you got a joining call.
So I guess there are a few rounds of interviews, probably a test as well for, especially for the audit side of the business. No, I think that's helpful. Thinking of the work-life sort of balance and quality of life in Oman. What are your thoughts about that?
So, to be
It's a
very
juicy topic.
honest,
It's a juicy topic, I know.
I'm not. I'm not going to exaggerate the things here. So here the financial year end is 31st December. So financial year starts from January till December. So financial year end is December for most of the companies which are not MNCs, etc. So so they have to submit their audit reports. For some companies, it is a requirement to report the numbers of stock exchange by 15th of January. Some are required to close their financials by January, then February, and March is basically the year end for most of the countries to companies to complete their audit. So these 3 4 months they are like a very tough routine for the audit guys, because two of my roommates other than me, my flatmates, they are in audit department, and their work their work life balance is not very good, to be very honest. So within the season they might be working 18 hours, 20 hours, in some days. In the peak audit season they might be working more than 24 hours, I would say, because I know these guys, they go to office in the morning at 9 and they come the next day at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. just to come here, changing their clothes and taking some shower and then go back again. So work-life balance, to be very honest, is not much. I would say not very good in terms of audit department here in here in Oman, to be in all the funds across the big four and other than big four. But if you say would say if you ask for the work life balance post audit season, so it is obviously normal. It's not that hectic, to be very honest.
What do you think about other than audit, for example, like taxation? Is it better?
So yeah, okay. So taxation is obviously hectic, but to in comparison with the audit, it is not that much hectic. So I'm personally practicing in tax here from last 1 year. So this is the third season of tax I'm doing here. So during busy season, obviously we are supporting in these the first 3 months from January to March. We are supporting the audit teams for tax provisionings, and post that when they give us the financial. So April is the month and for is the deadline for filing of tax returns here. So April is obviously a tough month for tax guys, and first 3 months we are supporting the audit. So if I summarize this, tax is not that much hectic in contrast to audit, but still the work life balance is I would say not as much good as if you compare it with UE or KSA, because I know the guys working in KSA in our farm in UE. So if I make a comparison between the work-life balance here in Oman, especially in audit and taxation, with the people working in KSA or UE, so it's not very good.
Yeah, I guess it goes down to the number of people the firm employs really,
Correct,
how much the work
correct,
is there and how many people are out there. Yeah,
correct. So basically, there is understaffing if you compare. Uh, Work is more, people are less. So these things goes on.
common Middle East thing, isn't it?
Correct, correct. Yes.
I,
Chargeability is the issue.
I had a
Yeah.
funny story. One of the senior managers and one of the Dubai firm asked me to put sick leave. I wasn't on sick leave, but he said, put sick leave because it's just charging, billable
Charge
hours are too much. So
correct,
those
correct,
things happen in Middle East.
correct, correct.
Just thinking more about the Oman in general. Now we talk about cost of living, we talk about salaries, etc. as well. Saving is good, definitely, but just a quality of life, as you know, like what are the things you can look forward to? Well, Oman is not a dynamic place really,
Correct,
but what
correct.
would come when somebody wants to take a career decision to earn money to in Oman? What they are going to look forward to? If you have any thoughts.
Okay, so Oman is actually, if you compare it with the other GCC countries, UAE, Saudi, or Qatar, so Oman is a very simple or traditional country. This the land area is too much. There is a too much space. I would say means that there is nothing rushy like Dubai or like Riyadh or Jeddah. So Oman is very spacious in that term, with a good, very good infrastructure, affordable cost of living, peace, and the key thing is that Omani people, they are one of the best and most hospitable people in the world. So if you think, if there is a someone who wants to live a peaceful life with if he's working in an industry, to be very honest, and he's a good job here, he's a good salary here, and he wants to make some savings, and he wants to live a very peaceful life, then Oman is obviously the one of the best countries to live in. So if you, for example, go to Dubai, which is next to Oman, Dubai is very rushy, very I would say everyone is in 9 to 5, or everyone is rushing there. Is a lot of rush on the streets. There is a lot of cars on the street. So for example, if you have to, because I can share my personal experience. So if you have to go from for example, from Dubai Mall to the airport, so it might take you 1 hour or so on the taxi even. So but in Oman, it's not that much costly. I can share my personal experience with you. I was in Dubai last year, around June July. So it was not the peak season there. So I booked a taxi from airport, and it was around 6 kilometer. My hotel was 6 kilometer away in the downtown. So I paid him 90 dirhams, which is equivalent to 9 Omani Riyal. And here, and likewise, when I came back here, so from airport till my this flat apartment, so it's around 20 kilometer, and I paid around 3 Omani Riyal, which is 30 dirham. So you can see that there is a three times more cost of living there. Plus the apartments there are very expensive. There are these are small apartments and very much expensive. So the apartment currently I'm living in, it costs around 3,000 dirham, and it has 3 rooms, very spacious rooms, and very big hall, and a good kitchen and everything here. But likewise, there was a 1 BHK apartment. I was staying in Dubai, so it cost my friend was there, so he told me that it cost them around 80. It was 6,000 dirhams. So it is actually double what he's paying there. So in that term, like cost of living, saving, plus Oman is actually in the heart of this Asia. So you can travel anywhere around the world. You can go to Pakistan, to go to Karachi, go to Dubai, go to Saudi, go to Europe. So as you know that this is one of the most famous stops for European flights, even going to that western side, Australia side. So it's in that sense, it's very affordable. The cars are very affordable. You can get the one of the best cars in the world here in Oman at a very I would say very affordable price, economic price. The fuel is very affordable, and obviously food, etc. So yeah, it's fine. So it's peaceful, it's affordable, but the only factor is that this is a slow market. If you are someone who is very aggressive towards this career, so this is not for you. But if you are someone who is very calm and peaceful, and he wants to live his life with peace, then Oman is actually the correct destination for you.
It kind of makes sense. There's always a
Yeah,
trade-off between different countries. Either you got money, you got career, you got peaceful life,
correct,
you got saving, or you got
correct,
adventures. So it doesn't work. You can't get each and everything at one place.
correct,
But it's not about location, of course. Like there's a good money, there's a good saving, and that's one of the purpose of the people going abroad, right? You want to earn money
correct,
and
correct.
want to save for your family. Yeah, no, definitely. Feels like Oman is may not be ideal work location if you're, as you said, aggressive in your career. You want to
Correct, correct,
fast, but peaceful life. Maybe if you're a senior, somebody senior, you move to Oman, you get handsome money, just enjoy your life, I guess.
correct, correct. So I know many people. I know many people who were working in Oman. They left here because of this career thing. So they moved to Saudi. But when they go Saudi, or I think so Riyadh and Jeddah, they saw that those rushy areas. Some goes to UAE. They saw there that rushy area, rushy life. So they came back to Oman at a maybe a lower pay scale, but just to live a very peaceful life here. Because here in Oman, Muscat is actually the capital. So in this capital, around 2.5 million is the population, which is even less than the population of uh, Islamabad and Rawalpindi in Pakistan. So
Uh,
its area is more than Karachi, but its population is less than Islamabad. So then you can compare how much spacious it is.
no, fair enough. No.
Yeah,
All right, no, thanks so much for this. I think that should be really helpful for people to really see the different perspectives. There's nothing one way or other way.
correct,
Every career decision is different, but giving the perspective is really important. Thank you so much.
correct. Thank you so much for inviting me.